Okay, I guess we should start now. Nilda, are you there?
Hey Animesh, hi everyone.
Hi.
Am I audible and my voice is clear? Just
Yes,
confirming
you're
on.
audible and your voice is clear. But it will be great if you can turn on your camera. Then we can really communicate with you. I also just give me a second. I also turn on my camera. Actually, it's raining outside, so it's difficult to join by laptop or any other desktop. So I have to join with my phone.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Fine. Cool. Welcome
Okay,
everyone.
Nilda
So
is representing Rapid with his t-shirt. Rapid theme
yeah,
actually, and by also his name.
yeah. So bleed blue. Let's go to our topic today. That is build
Okay.
static website and building with Rapid. Um, so let's go for some recap. Setting up a rapid environment is pretty essential for building a static website or any kind of applications with rapid framework. So there is something we have to do. I know setting up your development environment is boring, but with rapid it will be easy and fun. Let's go to documentation. So these are given documentation of Rapid, where basically in GitHub, where we have step-by-step guide. By following this guide, you can basically setting up your Rapid environment, Rapid development environment. So as we all know, Rapid framework is a wrapper framework built to enable rapid development of application, and some few more details about it. Let's start with getting started. So for that, let me just quickly open my VS Code, and so I think it's visible now. Cool. But anyway, so for the first thing that we have to do is basically there are few steps. There are 5 steps basically. Get early access to Rapid. Check prerequisites. Install Rapid Toolkit. One-time installations. Quick start with Rapid projects. And so first we have to fill up this form. Let's go there. Quickly fill our details. Let's skip this. I'm going to build personal website for myself, and let's submit this. Once I submit this form, it will thanks for choosing Rapid. Your Rapid token has been sent to on your provided email. If you do not receive email, remember to check spam folder. Try searching Rapid token. Try searching emails from rapid.framework@gmail.com. Finally, write to rapid.framework@gmail.com. Refer full documentation, which I already opened, which is here. Cool. Let me just quickly refresh my email. There's a new email. I got it from Rapid. Is I get it from rapid.framework@gmail.com, and this is the token which is required. Cool. So first step is done. Will here you basically get this token on your email. After this, we will use this token in later steps. So let's go to the prerequisite. I have Node installed in my system, but if you don't, you need to install this. I'm currently at v16.18.1, and also let me check my npm version as well. So I'm currently at 9.6.6. Next is something. This is the expected output that they are telling me right now is 16.20.x, but I think the 16 version is compatible with Rapid. Also requirement for mobile app development. Currently, I'm not going to do that because I'm only creating a website which is running on the web. And also I have VS Code installed in my system, which I need install Rapid Toolkit. So this is something we have to do. So it is expected that you are successfully went through the Get Early Access to Rapid section. If you don't, you won't be able to set up Rapid framework. And the token I have already. And for that, I have to config this portion of my code. So let me just quickly show you. So after following this command, there are two commands, which is first we have to set the rapid registry, the GitHub package registry location, and then we have to set up the auth token with a rapid token that is provided in our email. So this two is already done in my part, which is one is this one, and another one is this one, which is already done with, which is protected, but the token already provided to me is already set. So we are good to go with Rapid. And then after following this npm install -g @rapid toolkit, let me just quickly zoom in a little bit. So after this is basically install the Rapid Toolkit globally in your system in the npm node modules. After doing this, we are eligible to see the current Rapid version. Currently, I have installed Rapid version is 0.0.133. I think this is the latest one. And okay, so here the expected output is 107, which is the documentation. When the documentation updated, the latest version was 107. Currently, we are on 133. So this is done. I also pre-install the rapid install part, which is nothing but install the package dependencies for the rapid, and it is installing the GitHub CLI, which is provided by GitHub itself, which is following by the GH. So after that, we need to authenticate it. So for that reason, basically, when we run rapid install, it will ask you for authenticate your GitHub CLI as well by providing a token on the GitHub web platform, and it will be done in a moment. So I'm not explaining this very much because we've already gone through this several times, and this is well written in the documentation, and it's quite working on our systems. So if you find any issues regarding the documentation, still this part, the setup part of the toolkit, please reach us to rapid.framework@gmail.com so that we can able to help you with the installation part if there is any issues. So post this, we basically there is the basically the steps which is already there, like authentication part is something like this. We choose the github.com environment and post that everything is the interactive. The CLI tool provides a very interactive mode where basically you have to just follow the instructions and uh, gone through the every each and step so that your toolkit basically install the GitHub CLI and setting up all the basic requirement that rapid toolkit require. Post this, we run this command, which is rapid help. It will give us the basic documentation of the command that we have: install, list, init, setup, and import, start, copy, which are the required command that is required to run a project, create a project, and initialize a project in Rapid. So building a static website, we just need the Rapid app. So for that reason, what we have to do is just let me clear my entire console. Uh, um, Let me just quickly. give you the basic. Okay, so this is something which I think most of the contributors already know, and the rapid users are already aware of this fact. This rapid is something is the command line uh, uh, interface that toolkit provide, where we use the command rapid to enable the CLI backbone. So for that rapid, we can use rapid as well as WR as well as WCLI. So most of the case I use WR because it's only two character, which is pretty easy for me to get into that. So rapid provided the help. Let me just quickly just go to that as well. So it is giving the same thing that we previously saw already. So let us see the specific command help as well. So here it asks me to basically run the rapid init and project name, but I just need to install the front end part of it, not the back end and modules. So what we have to do is basically run the help of the init command that we have. So here we can see that if we have the wr init, then init have some commands along with the init in it, which is app service and module. So initialize app project using rapid template. So this is additional command that we have to use, which is I think is not provided here, maybe in the rapid app template, but not here. So wr init app, and then our app name, which is I think, let's call it personal web. Okay, so I'm going to create this. It will take some time to do what we require. In the meanwhile, we'll quickly go to GitHub. Not rapid in my profile, which is O'Neill. So this is my so if I go to repositories, they created an application which is personal web app by Rapid. So I don't have to create a repository on GitHub in my personal account or my organization account or anywhere. In terms of organization account, just we have to do is basically before the project name, I have to pass on the organization name. So if my organization name is Rapids, then I have to basically pass Rapids then slash with the project name. So that is the only difference, creating the application in Rapid in the organization and in the in personal personal account in GitHub. So it's basically first creating the personal web app in my GitHub account using the Rapid app template. So if I just quickly open this project of mine, which is you can already see this is the private repository that created by Rapid Toolkit, and this is generated from the Rapid app project. If you go here, so this is a template that we have in Rapid. We have basically 4 templates to create app, service, module, and package also. Uh, so it's generated. It's the boilerplate template code which is created from Rapid app, which is here already. It have every single file over there. So it's a copy of the template that we have. And finally, after creating this application, it is basically cloning this personal web app in my current location. And if I just quickly open another terminal, and quickly go to the documents, which is Rapid. Website. Here I have, I think. So personal website app is something we already have here. So if I just quickly open the personal web app, and if I go to the directory of it, I think it's something with this a little bit. I think now it's going to be better. So all the files are which is here already, which is cloned in my uh, location, folder location, which I provided. And it's currently installing the same thing, uh, which is required. Installing the basic dependency wrappid-app. So after this installation, I think we are good to go. Just test till then. Okay, till the time, let me do one thing. Let me just quickly setting up my workspace. This is a little bit crucial about like basic development uh, of any project that we are going to encounter in our day-to-day development lives. So what we have to do is basically we need to open a folder. So for that reason, I have my folder in like document, projects, rapid, sessions, the static website, and this is my application which I'm going to select. So after selecting this, so this is open, I guess, full, but I think I have something which is not finished. Okay. So it have everything that we need require. Let me just why we basically do this. Then we basically create save this as our workspace, and where we basically going to create our workspace. So personal website is something is my workspace going to be named after. So we're just going to let it my personal website. Cool. So why we require this? This workspace setup. Basically, when we do this, we are going to be exact location, and if we have multiple folder, like currently we have only one project over here, and slowly we have required the guide module as well, and which is I think here in rapid toolkit. So after this, init part, we already have our project on board. Then after this, we are going to go to that particular folder which I am already in, and then run the rapid setup command. So now I'm only using the web part. Also, we can basically check out the documentation Rapid already have in the toolkit portion. So while setting up our project, we have web, mobile, and service. So for applications, we can set up only web, only mobile, and if we don't put this to command, then we set up both web and mobile both. Also, we can provide the environment for Rapid, uh, which is going to be required. Let us just quickly set up the web part of it. WR setup web. So it will be take some time to setting up my project. till the time, let us go through documentation, the next part, what we have to do. Um so after the setup, there is nothing to do. We just going to run the rapid setup start. So this is something the very easy documentation to read, setting up your environment and everything. I think it's took me about 10 to 15 minutes max to setting up the whole environment, and we are good to go. So till the time it's setting up, let me quickly guide you through the basic part that we require here. Uh, in the source, we are going to write our most of the code. Uh, in the resources, we are going to put our images and other stuff that we require for our project. Uh, so we are not concerning about Android iOS. Currently, we are only concerning about the web part of it. So if we have any images in our, we are going to use in our website, we are going to put here. If we have any logo uh, in our web page, the website, then we going to change this logo.png with our custom logo.png. The file name should be same. Also, we have, if we have our fab icon, we are going to put it over here with the same name, but the icon will be different for the requirement of your project. Then we have the 192 cross 192 pixel ratios PNG, which is this one. Also, we have logo 512 cross 512 PNG over here. And these two files are not necessarily required for basic building of a website, but this file is required for more involvement of your project manifesting file and robot.txt, which is required for the uh, crawlers or robots that are basically crawling our website and stuff. So this is not at all needed as of now. Also, here we have our meta descriptions in the index.html file, where you can put your descriptions and keywords for your website, uh, which are going to be available in every single page that you have. So this is pretty much the. Also, we can basically put our fonts over here if we have any custom fonts. So this is the resource folder, and let us jump into the source directory. Rapid is based on the React on the web end. So most of the structure of the code is pretty similar. We have the index.js file, which have app, and the app.js file, which is pretty occupied with the stuff we already have in Rapid. It's already everything is set up, and we don't going to touch app.js or index.js as of now. Uh, there will be theme. You can create your own theme based on our guide. You can have your own styles for your applications. For different sizes, we have default. So Rapid is currently focusing on the mobile first approach. So mobile first approach means basically, uh, I think every one of you are going to be aware of. Let us just open a quick website. Rapid.dev. I think is so. Currently, my internet is going down. Anyway, so let us just quickly pop out. Oh, so So mobile first approach means the responsiveness of a mobile. We are first going to focus on that, and then slowly we are going to need the tablet version of it, and finally the laptop version. And like if I squeeze it a little more, that's not. go into that direction. There will be multiple things. Like most of the laptop are the old and new, all are supported 1366 and 768 version. So it is pretty much something like this. So this is the responsiveness. So first we start with the mobile and then the tablet and the laptop, and then the larger version which is if we have it. So let me just quickly close this one. And where was I? Yeah. So there will be default, which is going to be we write our style in this portion. This is going to be simple CSS in JS. Most of you don't know about CSS in JS. It's nothing but a JavaScript object followed by the keys that we have. So first we're going to explain our keys over here, and then we put our styling in this particular portion. Slowly, when we create our application, we are going to do that. And then we have the small app styles for the tablets, medium for the laptop, extra large for the larger monitors that we have, and extra large for the 4K monitors. What else we have here? We have something called registry. So application registry is something where we put our basic application specific any kind of like values that we require in our application. So we will put it over there so that it will be available in all in our every like parts of our applications. What else? We have the component registry where we basically uh, mention our components that we're going to create. Also, we have the functions registry where we basically mention our functions, menus for the menus, reducers for the reducers if we have going to create any, resources for if we're going to create any resources, routes is basically important part of our project where we basically explain our route, the URL, uh, whether that which page is going to be required and stuff like that. Themes registries for the theme perspective, uh, and validation registry if we have any kind of validations, which is mostly for the application, not for the website that we're going to create. So this is not required. Themes is something which is required. Route is something which is required. Components is something which is required. Rest of the things we can eliminate as of now. Okay. So I think most of our installation is done. So currently the package installations are done. We are going to copy the web template of our project into our runtime environment. So by default, the application that we created already have few components like app component, which is the pre-built component, comes with rapid template. Uh, Also, we have app component content and section portion, which is inside of your app component. Are going to use it. Uh, what else? We have the modules portions for if we're going to create any module for our website as well, a website or web application. So we can do that, and those modules will be going to be included over here once we include our modules. Also, we can create our own layout, uh, which is have some basic requirement to create a layout, and all of these portions of the code is basically falls under the placeholder. So in a layout portions, what happens now is basically in whole picture of any website there are few things which is basically repetitive on every single page. So suppose if we go to our age old lovely website wrappid.app. So uh, like if we open doc7, so the base header portion of the site is not going to change. So this is going to something which is always going to be there. Also there will be footer section. So which is already also, this is something which is also be part of each and every project, every page that we have in our website. So but the content of the page, which is from this portion to this portion, is going to be changed on each and every single page that we have. So for that reason, we have the placeholder, where we can basically create our placeholder component using the code layout placeholder. And when we going to use it in our any page component, we are using code layout item. So this too is very crucial. So if we are going to just demonstrate that purpose of why this is required, let me open it side by side. So on the left hand side, you can see the page component, which is wrapped around the portion of the code that we are going to create is wrapped around with code layout item, and followed by the ID, which is provided by the wrappid-app layout, placeholder and content, how we going to use it. So in the right hand portion, we have the wrappid-app layout, which is created by Rapid team, but you can create your own layout where you need to mention your constants, like the placeholder constants. I just need only one, the content portion. So we put it like here, the placeholder content, and also this is something which is part of the code layout placeholder, which is going to be rapid layout placeholder and content. So in this portion, my page specific content will going to be placed, and where I basically mention this layout and app in our project in the route registry. So in the route registry of each and every route, this is the default route of Rapid. Uh, Following by this URL, there is the app component we mentioned, app component.name, and the layout, which is rapid app layout.name. So this is needs to be mentioned on each and every route, else the fallback scenario is already there. We have something called our configuration file rapid.com.json, where we mention the uh, every project have the three phases, where we have the development environment, stage environment, and the production environment. In the stage environment, we basically uh, all of this environment have the similar properties. The environment properties for the mentioning the which environment I'm currently, platform is which platform I'm going to build my project, which is web. And for default route, we are mentioning the default app route, which is basically part of the route registry, which I show you guys earlier. So in the route registry, I mentioned the default app route, and this is also mentioned in the default route portion. Also, default layout is rapid app layout, which I already mentioned. And since we are going to only create the uh, website, so we are not involving any module that the pre-built modules Rapid have. So if we include those modules, so our application will be enable the authentication part of it, and then we require this portions, default authenticate route and default authenticate layout. So those will be different, since after login you need maybe the user icon over here, and maybe the menu will be changed and stuff like that. So you can use another layout for that. Uh, Also, there's certain things like backend URL. If you involve the if you're going to create the application with using Rapid, so you need to provide a backend URL for your application. So those things will be needed if we're going to create application. But we are going to create the website today, so we are not focusing on that. Uh, I think this is something which is required to explain. Yep. So this is pretty much of it. Structure of the source directory and the resource directory, and also we have the .rapid runtime directory, which I suggest don't make any changes over here until or unless you are pro with Rapid. My internet is basically slow, so for that reason, it's taking too much time. But I think we are going to end our journey soon. So this is the one-time setup that we are going to do. Based on your internet provider, this is going to be fast or slow. But after this, we're never going to do setup on your project. What you're going to do is basically only include your modules if you have any, or include your source code using the wr copy command, what we have in Rapid. Apart from this thing will not needed after the completion of the setup. I thought of creating a Rapid before, but I think mm, cool. Let us just quickly go through this slides till then. So setting up your development environment is already done. I think it's boring, but it'll be easy and fun since the whole part of the development environment setup is pretty interactive. And if you follow the github.com rapid readme documentation, it is basically pretty well written and explanatory, self-explanatory to understand the how rapid ecosystems installations works. So the next section is we're going to be code and build, which I think once we are going to be ready with the part, then we are able to do that. I think it's so we are going to start the project. I think take some time. Uh, let's let's say most of the things are done. So finally it's done on our end, and it is getting started. Let me quickly see if I open anything which is taking most of the my network. And quit this.
So, okay, in the meantime, while Nilda is showing, I just want to share one thing. It's like it's raining outside, and we are here discussing how we can just building a static website with some with commands. अब इंटरनेट स्लो है उसमें हम लोग तो डिस्कस कर ही सकते हैं.
Right, we can. So after this, basically, okay. Basically, if you guys already have any questions on your mind after showing you the basic structure of the rapid applications, also the structure of the development environment setup, you guys can basically ask questions on the chat if you guys want to, or raise your hand. I will like do the Q&A while I'm basically going to code. So, anyone have any questions regarding any particular stuff from setting up the development environment or uh, starting the setting up the rapid project, also the start of the using the rapid toolkit commands, how to see help, this kind of already explained. But if you guys have any questions regarding that, you can ask. Feel free to ask me. So it is taking some time to start, but I think it will be in soon. For the demo purpose, we also have a website for the demo where you guys can actually, without setting up the every environment that we have over here, you guys can walk you through exactly how your like application is going to run on any domain. If you have, we have demo.rapid.dev with us. The internet is pretty slow, man. It's pretty slow. Cool. So this is something which is going to be there on the other browser once it gets started. So here basic guides you can basically see is the styles library we have. So the custom component library we have. Also we have the layouts which you can use in your application. So if I going to go the particular styles page, uh, so we have our component uh, library over here where we have uh, all set of components like data display, data table, feedback forms, layouts, inputs, navigation, surfaces, and utils. So let's go to data table and code avatar. So these are something self-explanatory uh, components we have where the basic requirement is import the code avatar from the rapid code package and use it like this. If you expand this, the exact code structure, what you're going to write in your application, so that this will be pop out. And Similarly, here, if you have multiple avatars, if you have letter avatars, you can basically have the same structure with the detail code and the small code structure, which you need to be include in your system in your page. So this documentation is created for understanding how the component works and the what are the benefits it's going to provide us, and it has some props as well. Like let us go to the core of that. So in the bottom part of it, we have the valid props. What are the props we can provide in this particular component of ours, which is core avatar, uh, is basically followed by a description and what are the type and default value and possible values, valid values, which is provided in this particular way, so that you can use is this guide to basically create your own uh, specific components that you needed in your website or web applications. Also, we have the styles library where how to use the background color, what are the styles available for background color. It's already self-explanatory over here. So we have background color as well as we have gradient. So these are the things that already mentioned in the uh, styles library. And also we have the layout managers, like how the layout, what are the layouts is available over here, and once you're going to create another layout, it's going to be available over here as well. So how this is going to happen is basically if I have in central blank layout, so this is something which is there. You can basically choose your portion of the, so you can basically see what are the things that you can basically do with this particular layout that we have. So this is a two column layout. There is a vertically centered column layout. Also, we have a rapid app layout, header layout. So these are header layout where this is a header portion, this is a content portion. This is a footer layout where we have a footer as well. So there are basically a few things that is we created here. We use multiple kind of layout. So this is the two column layout included in a complex layout. So this is you have a basic idea after seeing this whole layouts that is available, what are the layouts you can create and how to create those layouts. So feel free to check this guides to create a web page like this. uh, so finally I think huh, finally, so since we start our rapid environment, like rapid project with development environment, by default it start with the development environment, where we basically see each border is like mentioning as what are the spacing or what are the spaces that is required by each and every component that in our screen have. This is pretty much required for any kind of front-end developers. If we are going to create any kind of website or any kind of web page or anything using Rapid, it gives you the basic and detailed idea about the portion of the page which is acquired by which component exactly. So by this you can understand, so this is my free space and this is my free space, so this is actually aligned center, like vertically. So these are the like this text is basically center aligned, and this text portion is not containing any kind of padding. So this is not taking any kind of padding, but it is taking the full width. This is going to be link, and link is only taking this much space, not more than that. Button is taking this much space, not more than that. So these are the basic understanding of the component that you are going to use in your project. over here. So let us quickly just remove this all styles library, component library, all of this portion. So how are I going to do that? So let's go to app component and let us just comment this portion and save it. So after doing this, what we're going to have. Okay, sorry, I missed one portion. After doing any kind of changes on your code, then you have to just run a single command, which is wr copy. Since I'm only building the web part of it, I've run using the web part, like wr copy web. So this command is basically does nothing but taking your source to our runtime environment, and after this, whenever you basically reload the page, so the content portion is blank as of now. Also, we have the bottom of when we run in the development environment, we give a basic understanding what are the things is basically used by your current page, current route. So here we can all see that the layout that you're using is rapid app layout, and the page we are using this app component. So if you go here, we are using app component. So let us just quickly have H1. So we have code H1 for that, and here we're going to write our. So I'm creating a website for me. So let's see, take only, and we change something on our source code. So going to run this wr copy web. So after doing this, what will happen is basically if I reload my page. Okay, so I mentioned the code H1, but I think code H1 I didn't import. So let me import it from the rapid code. So while going to do that, let me show you. We have something called error reported. So if we are facing any kind of issues like this, it is well written that code H1 is not defined, and if you just gone through the code base, you can understand this actually coming from the app component that we have, and exactly code H1 is not defined. So this error reported we created for better understanding what exactly the problem we are going to face in our rapid application. So I think we have copied the whole part. So now if I reload my page, so my take nil actually came here. So let me just quickly do one thing. Let me just quickly wrap it with code box. So we have our code box over here, and let me put my uh, H1 component over here, and we provide some style classes. So here we're going to use few of the core classes that we have, uh, which you guys already seen over here before, right? So let me just quickly use something bg info. So core classes bg.bg info, and what else we are going to use? So let me just quickly. We have something. I just need to make my text center aligned. So for the text alignment, we have text start, text end, text center, text justify. We are going to use text center. Core classes dot text dot text center. Okay, so this is something I think I haven't explained to you yet. So this is not something Amazon Q or GitHub Copilot going to do. This is our rapid extensions that we have here with us. So rapid extensions, you guys can basically find it on your extensions library provided in VS Code. in the VS Code marketplace, extension marketplace, where you can basically install this rapid extension so that all this provided intelligence part of your coding environment would be easy for you. So I have two classes over here, right? BG info and text center. Let's see what is finally going to render in our UI. So let me just quickly make it. After this, so it is center line, right? And since I use the BG info class, if I just go to the style library and search it BG info, so BG info is basically something where the background color is in blue, sky blue, light blue, or the text color is white. So this that what happens here, right? Let me just quickly have a avatar after this code box. So for that, let me just quickly go to our component library, and we have different sizes, right? So let me choose the largest one, right? And let me put over here. Okay, so I just need to make it presentable inside this blue portion that we have. Let me quickly format my document. So cool. So I just need to import the code of that, and let me just quickly do a little bit stuff. What we have over here is my account. Let me just quickly copy this image address that we have and place it over here. Then I just quickly copy it. Let's see if I can see it. So post this. Just going to reload our page. So this here. Now I put text center only here, not the content center. So for that reason, we have another classes for here, which is I'm going to use over here. Core classes dot alignment, and we are going to justify content center. So this is the additional class that we have to use so that our picture, my picture, going to be center line. Let me do one thing. Let me just quickly put, make the position changes. So after the last copy of the portion, what we have is something like this. Because we use justify content center and we didn't use the flex directions or stuff. So if we just use the flex direction, content, the default flex direction is basically the row. So the content is basically the aligned in the column. So we are going to use this flex direction. Okay. Too many suggestions, not needed. So we are going to use display flex and flex direction column. I think let me just quickly understand this column is over there. Flex. Let me quickly confirm from this styles library that we have. Here we write flex, right? So I need flex direction. So direction column is something we are going to use after the flex property. So I just mistaken over here. I'm going to use flex direction column. We don't need it because justify content center already have that. So let me just quickly copy. Let's see what happened. And also I changed the code avatar on top of deco name. So I think it's supposed to show my image and also the text. Now the portion that we are going to miss over here is basically my code box have two columns, right? One is basically two basically component, which one is code star and the one is code h1, and the justify content center is not work over here. It's supposed to centerline this portion of the file. Let me add two more pieces of classes for the alignment perspective. Let me just quickly copy it and paste it over here. And I think align content, which is something. Cool. I'm not able to separate it right now. I think it's supposed to work. Okay. Open the portion and inspect it a little bit so that I can understand what is going wrong. So here we have a div which is code box, and then we have our upstart. Code box have the justify content center, also the flex direction column, and justify content is center, align item is center. Okay, I'm basically mistaken. Justify content center is basically make the content vertically center. Align content center is basically going to make the content like this. So what I basically need to do is have the align item center. Okay, I'm bad at CSS. Don't judge me. We all are bad at something. So let me just quickly go here and remove this part so that and reload it. So once we reload our web page, so we have something like this. So this is a pretty simple web page that I create. Let me make the content all through the portion. So we are going to use a class called code classes dot height. See, I'm writing with the wage 75. We think we have right. So what it does is basically make the content portion available 75 of the viewport height. Let's see if it's working. And have you guys see that whenever basically I just copy it, I don't need to close my applications, copy the part of the project and stuff. In terms of module, if you're going to create any kind of module also, this is pretty same. So suppose you have a separate module for separate page of your website or separate part of the website. So this is something we have. So our web page currently have only one default route, which is default app route. So let's make it another page. So how we can do that? I'm already past 16 minutes. Okay. So maybe that setup is taking a lot of time. This is the last thing that I'm going to do. So let's create another. Uh, so suppose I have a company, right? Or community actually. So I'm going to create a community. The default URL will be community. This will be community. Let's create a community. Layout will be similar. So I'm going to create a component as well. Here where I have a component directory where I can create a new file, community.js. Here I just create a simple React component followed by a fragment, right? Inside that, I'm going to use code layout placeholder and provided the ID, which is wrappid-app layout dot placeholder dot content. And inside this, let me have the similar thing that we have in our app component, but different image and stuff. So I provide the community name is Rapid and also put the Rapid logo where I can find the Rapid logo. This is not going to be rounded. Let me find a rounded logo. Mm, so I think this is something which can be useful. Copy image address. Let me quickly go to my code, open it side by side, and make this portion of it. Cool. So now, let me just quickly. I have the route registry, but I forget one thing that is component registry, which I need to do. So I have this similar for the community, right? So let me quickly just import it. And in the route registry also, I think I forget that to import this part. Cool. Now everything is following line. So let me just quickly copy it. So I have another route which is followed by the URL community, right? So okay, so this is something is the linting issue that we faced. I think what this basically telling us to let me just quickly format document. I think we have to go something which is Done. So we have another thing which we can use to format our code, uh, which is npm run code format, which follows the ESLint uh, basic configuration that Rapid have to your source code, so that all of your coding issues supposed to be gone. It takes some time. So we have 11 problems, which is in our community we don't have this imported. Oh shit! So we have rapid lab code layout placeholder only imported from here, not any other thing that is we need to import. One is this, one is this, another one is this. We also need to import the code H1 form. So now we are good to go. So let me just quickly again double copy where. But there is something it is basically explaining in that all of this part is missing. Supposed to be there. I think we are good to go. Or no, no, we are not good to go. What went wrong? So let me just quickly understand what went wrong after reading something. So we have something importing from it rapid code, rapid app layout is here, community is here, return portion is here. We have code box, inside that we have code h1. We have here the same thing, the rapid. Okay, we can ignore this as of now. Let us go to the community route that we created. There should be at least one empty line between import groups. Is there? There should be at least one line empty line before groups strings. This is already done. So my page is coming community, which is not coming. Why? I need to understand. The ID is okay. Okay, so this is I did wrong. So I need to pass code layout item in terms of code layout placeholder. Mistake happen, guys. Mistake happen. So that is what is basically everything is fine. The rapid app layout and community, everything is fine, but it's not rendering any page. Uh, this something is wrong. So let me just reload my page. Okay, yeah, some error. What error we have? Code layout item is not defined. Oh my god. Okay, finally, I think we're good to go. Please, 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 God, save us. Hooray! We have our community page as well. So in this way, you can basically have a separate route in your website and following back the specific route, the default app route, and This is how you guys can basically create your. Okay, one more trick is basically I can show you is I go to the route registry, make the default app route would be empty. I don't know if it will work or not. Let me try. So once I just move it, no, it is landing here, but it is supposed to be rendered at the home. So I just change the URL to home and reload the page. It will take me to home. If I even write this portion in my code, it will redirect me to the home page. Understood? And this is my home page. Also, if we have any kind of community button over here, then it will take me to the community page as well. So let me go to the. This is the last thing that I'm going to show you guys. Uh, as of now, we will talk about more about Rapid in my next session, where we basically going to create an application. On that day, we are going to turn this particular application that we already have in my profile, personal web app, into the web application, which is going to be fun. So we just quickly find the code link. I think it's not in the not here. Is supposed to be part of the navigation. So go to code link. So for the code link, we just need to provide this. So we are going to have another component, and here we are going to pass the route. You already know is community, and let me write community. Good. Now quickly copy our code to runtime environment. Once we did that, quickly go to our web page. Okay, code link is not imported. Sorry. Uh, done. So here's a link, community. If we click on that, we'll go to our community page. So this is how you basically can create your simple website, simple web pages using the Rapid. It's pretty friendly, and the documentation which is required to create your own kind of components. You guys can basically check our detailed guide over here. So we have our accordion, we have code card, which you guys require to basically create card like this in your website, and you just don't need to do anything. You just need to copy this particular portion of the code using this and paste it on your particular portion that you are going to use this particular component. So this is pretty easy using Rapid. I think you guys have fun trying Rapid framework for building your personal website and deploy it somewhere. If you have your own domain, or in GitHub also, you can basically deploy it. In next session, we are going to trying to cover the deployment part as well. I think we are good to go. So, is a lot of hustle while our internet is not good today, but yeah. So we have a simple web page over here. We with my image and my GitHub ID. Also, we have link where if we click on that, we go to our community page. Yeah, Orko Proto, tell me. I think we drag the session
Yeah,
another 30 minutes. Yeah.
yeah, it's just a little
We,
late, but
we,
okay.
we record.
Thank you, Nilda, for this. Yeah, just
I know it's basically taking maybe 30 minutes more, but this is something which needs to be self-explanatory. There will be multiple things I already covered. Also, the internet was down, and maybe the next session I have, maybe after 1 or 2 weeks later, building the rapid application. That is going to take another 30 minutes. It's going to drag down. So be prepared for that as well. So this is going to be long
no, no.
session
It's
because this is a hands-on experience, hands-on coding part. So I think
it will be like a guide for the new community members and for the who actually know how to use the rapid but don't know how to implement all the things, how to use the components. They will get help from this video also. I really know the that this session will be helpful for them. And
right. It can be useful for the rest of the people who are actually starting with Rapid, and
hmm,
this whole session is already live on YouTube.
YouTube.
So
Yeah.
I think people can go anytime on YouTube and check our live sessions of Rapid sessions of today's session
Yes.
on
Yes.
so that they can do. Anyway, let's have a quickly for 5 minutes. I take another 5 minutes to understand if anybody have any questions. Let's quickly answer that, and if you guys want any questions and any further queries, you can guys reach me anytime. I'm available on WhatsApp, LinkedIn, on everywhere. So you guys can find me on Rapid Web, and from there you can find my accounts everywhere. So anybody have
Okay.
any questions? I think Orgo Brother raised his hand before. Orgo Brother, do you have any questions? Orgo Brother or
Uh,
you? Who raised his
No,
hand?
no, no. It's workout Pruto.
Orgo
yeah,
Brother.
actually, I was simply putting the emojis on that time, so it's simply I'll just touch the raise hand part as well.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so he is actually impressed by your session, so he is just adding some emojis to your session.
Okay, cool. I think I like I close my part a little bit longer. Anybody have any questions?
Guys,
Quickly.
do you
We have
have
time.
any question?
People are tired. I think nobody have any questions.
Yeah,
Since this is
yeah,
very basic sessions, and all of the members who are part of this today's sessions, it's basically pretty old members who already part of Rapid, so they know how to do it. Most of them. So if
yeah.
anybody have any questions, you guys can reach us at rapid.framework@gmail.com. Also, you guys can reach me personally as well. My handle is Tekonil on GitHub.
You
Uh,
can, if anyone have any doubt, they can reach us in any social media of ours, or is also they can mail to us at rapidframework@gmail.com. We have LinkedIn, YouTube, we have recorded videos in our YouTube, and we have also our Threads account, X accounts, Facebook or Instagram. So you can reach us.
also we have a WhatsApp group.
Yeah, we have
Please,
our
please
community
join
also.
the WhatsApp group and add more people to the group so that they were aware of the community and they can start with Rapid very soon.
Yeah. So
So
I
that is
guess it's a little bit late for today's session, and for this session, we have another part of our session was show and tell, but unfortunately, it's late. So, guys, I'm sorry
yes,
for
no,
the.
no,
So I'm sorry, guys, for that. Some of our contributors actually prepare some
Sir,
projects
how
to
to
share
join
with
the
us.
WhatsApp group, sir?
How to join our WhatsApp group? Okay, it's a very good question. You in our rapid.dev, I can share the WhatsApp group community link in our chat right now. But if you want to check once, you can go to our rapid.dev website. There you can also the find. But for the time being, I'm sharing the WhatsApp community link. Yeah, just give me a second.
Here, guys, here. You can basically click on this particular link and basically join our community. I'm fast on image. That's why I told you
Okay.
be here on your laptop, not your mobile phone.
Sorry for
Anyway,
that.
so if you're going to click on this on your Rapid website, join the Rapid community via Rapider. So this is going to link open your WhatsApp chat, and finally you can join the chat.
Okay. As I'm telling that let's take a moment to recap what actually Neil is go tell us. Just I'm taking just few seconds, not a few minutes. Let's in our previous session, Mr. Anto gave us a fantastic overview, like how we can contribute to the Rapid project. And Neil just started his session with that referral, like how we can set up our Rapid environment, then we can build the static website. Okay, so this is how accessible the development process is, even for those just starting out. Now let's just shift gears and explore the Rapid framework itself, like how our another speaker, Mr. Pritam Bag, also shared like what is the Rapid main objective, like how we can just drag and drop all the things and we can build our own application for like how we can use WordPress for building our website. Like we can build our application, software application for that. And for the website, we don't need any other software. We have a Rapid. Just need the source or how we just can use some your commands and we have to just make our website. And we if we have a room, then we have to decorate it by ourselves. Nah? So just Nilda showing how we can use components and other things. So and it's already raining outside, so the internet is not stable muchly. So we are not. So the things takes more time. But if you try by yourself, then you can find that yes, these things is much easier than any other framework and any other tool. Give a try. If you face any difficulty, reach us to us. We will help you. We have more, like big community we want to make. We have maintainers. We have other contributors who are rapidly working for working many projects to actually contribute in the community. Okay, I am not. I will not take much time. Thank you for joining, everyone. We'll meet
And keep
again. Yeah, we'll meet in next week with another amazing session. And sorry guys who are not able to share their projects, we'll definitely give you the more extra time in next session. Okay, and actually our one of the main contributor plus main maintainer, Pritam Mondal actually wants to share his projects. He will likely share in upcoming session.
they done a very good job actually.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. Basically, you guys cannot show your projects like your contribution towards Rapid, but they done a very interesting job this week. So I'm sorry. Maybe on the next week they done more better version of what
Yes.
they
Yes.
built actually. So sorry guys. Anyway,
No, no, it's not about sorry.
we are
It's
going to we
like
are going, we are going to we are waiting for the bigger surprises. So keep
yes.
rapiding and keep joining our sessions every single Wednesday. So
Okay,
that is very
okay.
important.
Okay,
Chalo,
so
bye.
everyone, bye, good night. Thank you for joining. And as rapid webinars will be more successful and we will come with more interactive sessions with you all. Thank you for joining.